Baby boomers are retiring in massive numbers. And are they retiring from something or are they retiring to something? My guest this week is Dr. Sarah E. Brown. Sarah retired as managing director for Accenture and is now as busy as ever with her new business, The Book of You. She helps individuals understand their unique personality and what they can do with that knowledge to be happy, successful, and understood at work and in key relationships. She has a PhD in psychoeducational processes, which is a combination of group psychology and adult learning. Welcome, Sarah. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Bill. It's a pleasure to be here.
Indeed. So, why did you retire and then start a business? Tell me about that.
Well, Bill, I saw a problem that I really wanted to address. So many of my clients were in the wrong jobs, and they were miserable. But when I would ask them what it was they wanted to be happy, they couldn't answer the question. And I really wanted to address that issue.
Most people never realized that they had a choice.
But you do. And I really wanted to help these clients and many others who are in the same boat understand what it is that would make them happy and successful. So I started the Book of You to help people understand their unique personality and what they can do with that knowledge to be happy, successful, and understood at work and in key relationships.
And so, did you go through this process?
I did. Actually, to be authentic, I had to go through this process and understand what my unique personality was, what my interests, my strengths, and my needs were, and the kind of work that would actually light me up. And I realized that what was unique for me, something I actually knew when I was in college, was that I was uniquely suited for research, for teaching, and for writing. And so I applied that to this problem that I was telling you about. And I am now doing research, and I am writing books and helping people by teaching them to understand their unique personality and what they too can do with it to be happy, successful, and understood.
So how would all this apply to boomers, particularly boomer women?
Well, you know, every single day, 10,000 baby boomers are reaching age 65 and theoretically can retire. But unlike previous generations, they're finding they're going to live a lot longer. Some of them are looking at lifespans of 35 to 40 years at the time they retire. And they're realizing that their life savings may not be enough. So they're going to have to do something to generate some supplemental income. And the question is what are they going to do? And are they going to do something that they're really going to enjoy? And there's another problem. When we survey upcoming retirees, only 21% think that life is going to be better after they retire. And when we survey retirees, many, many, many are reporting that they're not very happy.
Well, if you haven't saved enough and you don't know what you're going to do when you stop drawing a paycheck, how happy or content could you be?
Well, that's part of the problem. Part of the problem is the supplemental income. But the other part of the problem is doing something that generates that income that actually brings you joy.
Well, people who are either retiring or perhaps still in their careers that aren't doing something that's fulfilling, again, may have taken what was available as opposed to what they wanted. There's an awful lot of people who approach life that way.
And retirement is the perfect opportunity to reverse that. And to actually go after something that is going to light you up and bring you joy and be a gift to others at the same time. And that's why I think that understanding your unique personality, which is actually your gifts to the world, is a perfect thing for boomers to do as they embark on retirement.
I've been a member of an executive networking group in the Philadelphia area for almost a decade, and I've met a lot of men and women in their 50s and 60s who retired involuntarily, particularly in 08, 09, 2010, and had no idea what to do with themselves.
And that transition is the perfect opportunity to examine what you can do going forward. You may find, just like I did, I knew innately in my 20s what it was I was set out to do, and I didn't do it. I did what you described. I went after the high-paying jobs. I went after what I thought was the right course of action, but I was really going away from my passions and going away from my innate talents. And that situation you just described is the perfect opportunity to step back and say, what is it about me that I can actually work on right now that will bring me joy and that supplemental income I need at the same time?
Well, there's shades of gray, not black and white in life, but I can think of a couple of examples where, one, you have an executive that perhaps had children later in life and still have college to pay for and may not have had a great severance package. They're a little bit more desperate to just get a job. And then you have the others who perhaps the kids are gone and on their own, who did get a nice severance package. Maybe they voluntarily took it and now they have a nice runway to be able to do all this. Now, you left your job and your career voluntarily to do this, correct?
I did. And I did a lot of self-examination in the process of doing that. Regardless of where you are in the spectrum you just described, you can use that opportunity to look at who you are and start moving in the direction that will bring you joy.
This is Bill Borton. Thank you for watching Live Better Longer. I'll look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday at 11 for another show here at RVN TV. Thank you.